to another exciting episode of the Coded eSports. We have here today two titans, Wisconsin University College, and we also have BLUECREST University College going head-to-head. Their ladies here are going to be going head-to-head today, battling it out on the coding stage. We are lucky here today to have Mr. Dr. Vivek, who is the head of IT at BLUECREST University College. Doctor, tell us, what is the importance of a show, a competition like this for your university students?
Okay, thank you, Dorzi. The this kind of competition fosters this kind of critical thinking in students. Students need to be trained, they need to be empowered, they need to be put into situations where they come up with ideas. So these kind of programs foster this kind of critical thinking in them, and they will have the skills to come up with ideas anytime. So the coming up with ideas is very critical for programming. So this is what I feel.
Thank you, Doctor. So this is a competitive endeavor. Students are going head to head. They've been preparing for weeks and weeks. How does BLUECREST University College train its students to give them the edge when it comes to programming?
Okay, that's a good question. There's a concept called as project-based learning. Instead of just doing a project at the end of the semester, we create an environment where students naturally do project. They learn through doing projects. Okay. So each and every semester, for every programming subjects, they will do a small project and they will demonstrate that project. This way, they learn to do programming from the start of the semester itself. This is our approach towards fostering programming skills in students.
Interesting. So you heard it here first. BLUECREST University College has a premier approach to programming. It's a project-based programming approach. It gives them a more real-life scenario and application of what they do. We hope it's going to give the contestants here a clear edge today. And to wrap it all up, Doctor, the importance of this show is to give programmers the skills needed to get them out in the job market. So what's your opinion on this with the involvement of BLUECREST College? What do you want to see as an outcome of this program with relation to their job prospects?
I would say that there are two primary skills which is needed in the modern times. One is the soft skills, where they are confident, the way they speak, the way they communicate. That's very important. That's one of the primary skills. Second is how to use the tools. We know that these days the artificial intelligence is dominating every spectrum of the industry. So students need to know how to use those tools efficiently. So I would say that the soft skills and the proficiency to use the AI tools are the two major skills needed by the students.
All right. Thank you very much for coming here today, Doctor. And we hope BLUECREST University College excels in today's competition. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you.
We've been honored to have our esteemed panelist, Mr. EKOW Thompson from the Ministry of Finance, Mr. EKOW from the Ministry of Finance, and finally, our very own homegrown Stack from Hedge Pensions Trust. Okay, so before we begin the challenge, we are going to do some quick introductions. Mr. EKOW, please tell us a little bit about yourself. What advice do you have out there for programmers, IT officers, people interested in IT out there, with your breadth of experience working in the position that you do at the Ministry of Finance?
Thank you. All right, so my name is EKOW. I'm a senior IT officer with the Ministry of Finance, and I'm a master's degree holder in data analysis. Basically, regarding computing or IT career field, there's a need for one to have the passion. If you don't have the passion, it's difficult to survive. Regarding programming, now programming is just part and parcel of every day. So if you want to be extremely good in programming, you have to have a daily habit that every day you try to solve a problem.
Okay.
And then you should be good.
All right, thank you very much. Now, to the main attraction here today, Joyce, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been developing for, and where do you see your career going after you finish your university degree? What do you want out of programming?
Okay, so my name is Joyce, and then I'm a student of BLUECREST University College, and then I've been at BLUECREST for a year now. I'm in my second year, and then my purpose of studying IT is because I want to use it to solve problems regarding our society, because for now we are in the computer era, and then we know that most of the ladies in, should I say, West Africa or Africa, most of them find it difficult to partake in IT programs because they feel like it's based on the male gender, but I see myself that I can also do it.
All right, I see Joyce is here to fight for the women. She's a freedom fighter. She has a lot of dreams, and it's lovely to see that. Okay, BELVA from Wisconsin University College, please tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been working in development for, and where do you see yourself, taking this programming lifestyle to? Thank you.
Okay, so my name is KOGNE BELVA. I'm a 100 student of Wisconsin University. I just started programming the past 3 months now, doing my best. So in the next few years, I see myself to be someone who will go into AI, to do my master's in AI, and to become a mentor for the ladies. I want to be someone the ladies look up to in the IT field, someone people wish to become like.
Impressive, impressive. Just like Joyce, you also have very, very big dreams. 3 months into programming, and you're already here on this show. We can see you're a very confident person, and we are sure you are going to have a blast here today. Okay, without much ado, I think we can proceed to begin with our problem. The contestants have 7 minutes to solve a scenario-based problem. I'm going to read out the problem quickly, and then I'll start the timer. And as they progress, we'll see how well they do. Okay. So seeing as we have our resource person, our panelist here, Mr. EKOW from the Ministry of Finance, we've modeled our problem to fit his skill set. Okay, so the scenario. The Ministry of Finance in Ghana is experiencing revenue leakages to inefficiencies in tax collection among informal sector operators. Many small business operators, such as street vendors, small traders, and market store owners, either underreport their incomes or avoid paying taxes altogether. Their heavy reliance on manual tax processing and limited technological integration makes it difficult to accurately track income and enforce compliance. So, this is our task for the participants. You are required to design a solution that streamlines tax collection and increases accountability in the informal sector. Your task is to create a flowchart that outlines each step in the process, ensuring the following components are included. So you are supposed to look out for the following components, contestants. Number 1, taxpayer registration. Establish a process to register informal sector operators using their Ghana card and mobile number. Number 2, income declaration. Develop an electronic method for submitting income declarations. Number 3, data gross verification. Integrate the system with banking and mobile transaction data to verify declared incomes. Number 4, automated tax calculation. Implement a digital tax calculator that applies current tax brackets. Number 5, discrepancy flagging and audit trigger. Include a decision node to identify significant discrepancies and trigger an audit process. Now the next one, enforcement and penalty process. Outline steps for reviewing flagged cases and enforcing penalties. And the last one, compliance monitoring. Set up a mechanism for ongoing monitoring and review of taxpayer compliance. Ladies, we understand the scenario for this show today is a heavy one. You have 7 minutes. Just It's about solving real life problems, okay? Just attack the question and do the best that you can. Your judges are here to help you. Okay, so we are about to begin our challenge in 3, 4, 2, 1, begin. Okay, so let's move to our local homegrown talent, Stack, who is a regular on this show. What are you expecting to see from the contestants here when tackling this problem here today?
Okay, so with this scenario, we don't want them to focus on giving us a solution that fits all.
Okay.
Yeah, so based on what they've gotten from the scenario, they just give us a solution that can work out, that can work.
Okay.
So it shouldn't be strictly that they have to give us everything in the scenario or everything that we say they provide.
Just something that's
something that, yeah,
something
exactly.
Okay, Mr. Texan, this has been modeled based on your area. What do you see in the potential here? What are you looking out for here in the contestants' work?
To be honest, this scenario is a very, very complex one. But the fundamental thing that I'm expecting from them is to just getting the ideas in the right sequence. Okay. Because regarding programming, all that you need is understanding the logic with any language you can. So it's just organizing the ideas in the right sequence. Okay,
okay. So with a problem like this, that's whereby we are basically looking at tax collection. And it's about creating a system for that. How would you approach a system like this if you were to come up with something like this? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So basically, the first thing is getting the ideas on paper, like what they are doing, using a flow chart, where you have the decision making and then other actions taken. So, for instance, what was the first?
Okay, so the first one was about the integration, establish a process where we can do onboarding of the users. So with their mobile number and their Ghana card, we can get them onto the system.
So that's the user registration, right?
Yes, that's exactly.
So when it comes to user registration, what form of data are you expected to collect from the user? Like for the registration.
Okay.
And out of that data, which of the fields is going to be the primary key? Okay. Because you are using a Ghana card and then the mobile number, which any of them could be a primary key.
Okay, okay. So there's that decision-making process when you are creating a system like this. Do you want to, what are we going to make the primary key? Should we make the mobile number or the Ghana card? Naturally, I guess the Ghana card takes more prevalence over the mobile number in some scenarios.
Yes, but the issue is, so regarding primary keys, it's about the databases. Okay. So that's not the system. The system has to run on a database. Okay. So it's a database that has to that we have to take into consideration the primary key. So for Ghana card, I think in practice, not all Ghanaians have Ghana cards.
Okay.
So if you use a Ghana card as a primary key, it's going to be a problem. But mobile phone, I'm sure every single Ghanaian has a mobile phone or mobile number. So it would be better for us to use a mobile number. Okay. In a sense that we are looking at the informal sector.
Okay. Okay. That's very informative. Okay, so when we look at the issue here, we are dealing with the informal sector. To create a system like this, what are you looking to do differently? Because these are people that don't like regulation. So for someone of your experience, when you are put in a scenario like this and you are creating a system for something like this, what do you look out for to do to solve a problem like that?
Okay, thank you. So regarding systems, the primary stakeholders have to be considered. So before building, you need to visit them to listen to them and then know what will help them work. Okay. And such systems, it has to always be win-win situations. So the fact that the government wants to collect tax from them doesn't mean that the government should also think of helping them with the same system. So if they want to know how much, so apart from incentives, if the cocoa seller wants to know how much she makes every month, can the system also offer that support? Exactly. So at the end of the day, the government is collecting the tax with the same system. The cocoa seller can ascertain how much she's earned or gained at the end of each month.
Interesting, interesting. We see our contestants, their flowcharts are beginning to form. Based on what you can see, are there any comments you like to give? Any pointers you like to give based on what you are seeing?
Okay, so based on what I'm seeing, I'm seeing one contestant being the perfect type in quotes. So, we have a category of categories of people. So people who want to ensure that what they are doing is perfect. Yeah,
perfectionist.
And then perfectionist, yes, thank you. And then the other one, it's just ideas flowing. So I would
there are different approaches.
Yes. I will entreat the other contestants to approach such situations or scenarios which are time bound. Not necessarily to perfect whatever.
Just put it out there.
Just put it out there and let it flow. Because if you get 0 of 100, no one is going to do anything to you. It's life. So you just go for it and then.
All right. So let's just go for it, ladies. Just a kind heads up. We have about 3 minutes left, and even with that, we're being a bit generous. So let's just do our best and then go for it and be aggressive. With this. Okay, Stark, let me move on to you. What are we looking at here in terms of the technical nature of the anatomy of flowcharts? So the different shapes, the position of the arrows, four loops, start, end. What are we looking at here in our contestants' work?
So, thank you. So, you're saying that the flowchart, I'm supposed to look at the shapes and stuffs. They are really important because it tells us what you want to do. And based on the shape that you place in the flowchart, we know that you are either showing something or you are or you are more or less like receiving something. And if there's a condition to need a tree, like more or less like a tree that will show that if this doesn't work, we are going with this one.
Yes, like more or less an if function.
Yeah, basically. and since the flowchart, it has to have a start and an end.
And an end.
Yeah. So if they are doing this, they should consider that, but they shouldn't. You shouldn't focus on that one. Just do your best.
Do your best.
Just do your best.
Do your best. Kind words. Okay, ladies, get ready to stop. You have about 10 seconds. Okay. All right. So we'll do a countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies. We know this is a time-bound challenge. The whole point is to put them in a scenario where they have to challenge themselves and do something extraordinary. We are sure if they are given more time, which is the more practical scenario, they are going to be able to do a lot more work. But like our esteemed judge, Mr. Texan, said, these scenarios are good because now they are teaching us that, maybe don't be a bit perfectionist in this scenario. Just put yourself out there. But yes, well done. I think it's before we go into the review, let's hear from our lovely contestants. I'll start with BELVA this time. What was your approach going into the problem? What was your experience?
Well, like the time was running faster than I imagined.
Okay.
So I did it the way I understood it. I was going through the process.
Well done. Well done. Joyce.
Okay, so since the question is based on tax collection or how to collect revenue, I think in Ghana, the people in charge of taking revenue is the GRA.
Yes.
So I rather put them in the processing form because after the tax is being taken from the normal worker in Ghana, it goes through them. So the parallelogram in my flowchart is representing the process because they are going to process every detail and then to the GRA staff and then the seller whether he or she has a phone number or a Ghana card. So if the person is having a Ghana card, yes or no.
Okay, Joyce. Well done. Okay, Joyce. Thank you very much, Joyce. Okay, so if we can kindly get the answers on our screens, so our judges can give their opinions, and then we can get the score done. I think that's the next stage. We need to be able to assess what they've done, and then we would get their scores. Okay, so we have Joyce's work here that has been displayed. Okay, so as we can see, there's the start, there's the GRA in the process, there's the GRA staff, there's the seller, there's the phone number, Ghana card, there's the total sales made, and then we have a bit of a conditional here. So do you have the Ghana card, yes or no? If not, if yes, enter the number. Okay. And then we also have the Ghana card here, yes or no. Okay, all right, so we have a little bit of a process here, a start, and then some conditions here. Okay, I don't want us to rush to judge this yet. I think if we could get the next contestant's work up, so we can look at that before we form our opinions, because marking is a relative process. So we can get BELVA up on our screens, and then we can begin to assess that. Okay, so BELVA, if you can kindly zoom into your work a little bit, Control plus, or you can just use thank you very much, and then scroll up for us. Just a little bit of zoom, thank you. Just a little bit of zoom, thank you BELVA. Okay, all right. Okay, I think we'll manage with what we have. Okay, so we can see a start there. There's the Ghana card, and then Ghana card number process, and then we have the mobile number, and then we have the monthly salary. So I think there she's trying to show us what's going to be the field for collecting the being able to know the size of the amount that we're looking at, and then we have BELVA, can you tell us what's that in the last shaping the. Okay, so we have a do you have. Okay, well done, ladies. The time was very limited, but I think you did your honest best. We can see some glimpses of some brilliance in shape. Okay, Texin, let me not waste any time. Texin, what's your opinion? We've seen Joyce's work, that was the first one we saw, and we've seen BELVA's work, that's on our screen now. What's your opinion and what is your score?
Okay, so before the scoring, I would just congratulate them. They've all done well. Like I said earlier, this is a complicated task, so they've done their best within 7 minutes.
Yes.
So Joyce, with Joyce, I will give her 8/10.
Well done.
Because she has a lot of actions, and then there are some decision making sections within the flowchart. She has a start and end, meaning she started the process and then she's ended the process.
With Joyce had an end.
Okay,
she
so
had a
start.
start. Yeah,
Okay. All right. So basically, Joyce, I'll give Joyce 8
out of 10. Okay. Yeah. And BELVA.
Yeah. BELVA, because she was trying to perfect what she's doing, because getting the arrows, I believe also.
We saw Joyce. Did you do arrows?
No, she didn't do arrows.
She didn't get time to do arrows. So I think the difference here is time.
Yes, the time.
I think the difference is clearly time. So what score?
So, they've all done well. So, what's the name again? BELVA. Okay. So I'll give BELVA 7/10. She's also done well.
Okay. That's 1 mark difference.
Just 1 mark difference. Yeah.
And I agree with it. I agree with him, because looking at it, you see that Joyce was the process is she was following through.
Okay.
But BELVA, she was also following through, but it's just because of time. So
because of time, okay.
Yeah, so I think
All
time,
right.
time was the issue.
Thank you very much, ladies. Joyce has been able to steal this one with just a mark. BELVA is going to come for revenge in the next round. She's not finished, guys. This is a competition. I've seen a lot go down. So Joyce, don't get too comfortable. Thank you very much, Mr. Texan, for coming here today. You have been a great resource to us. We hope to have you back here again, and we appreciate everything.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm also honored to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so now the section that we have all been waiting for, the great old coding section. Now in this one, contestants are given a coding problem and they are required to solve this problem using, guess what, any language of their choice. We have our esteemed judge here, Mr. Fish, and then we also have our homegrown talent, Stark, no affiliation to the character in the Avengers. All right. And then our lady Joyce here from Wisconsin University College.
BLUECREST.
Sorry, I apologize. BELVA from Wisconsin University College. And then Joyce from BLUECREST University College. You see, Joyce, I said your name first because you won the first challenge. But now, BELVA, this is your opportunity to get back at Joyce and to make this an even Steven. Your university's destiny is in your hands. Okay, so without much ado, you have, I mean, we all understand the problem. We've all had some experience with hacker rank. Without much ado, I'd like to declare the challenge started. You may now begin, ladies. All right. Okay, so judges, in the problem here today, what are we here to solve?
Fish.
Okay.
Fish.
So in the question, they've been given a square matrix. So
Okay.
when I talk about square matrix, talking about a matrix where it will.
Okay, you know what? Before you begin,
Okay.
let me, for the sake of our audience, let me go over the. Let me go over. Yeah, let me go over the question. All right. So basically, you've been given a square matrix. Calculate the absolute difference between the sums of its diagonals. I mean, matrices is what class do you start? I think if you're in class 6 or class 4 and above, you should know what a matrix is, right?
I think I started mine in JHS.
JHS. So, I mean, if you are below JHS, then we can understand that you don't understand what a matrix is. You go on YouTube to watch stuff, so you can go on YouTube or Google, find out what a matrix is. But if you're above JHS, you should know what a matrix is. So essentially, you've been given a square matrix, and you are required to calculate the difference between the sum of its diagonals. Okay. So let me come back to you, Mr. Fish. Please tell us about the problem we have here today and what you're expecting to see here from our contestants.
Okay. Just as I said, the question says a square matrix. So when we talk about square matrix, talking about a matrix where the rows are the same as the columns. So
Okay.
2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4
Okay.
by 4. And when it's a square like that, realize that you have a diagonal.
Yes.
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 So there are
Okay.
two sum diagonal on the left diagonal and then the right diagonal, and then
okay.
find the difference.
So to make it simple to understand, it's like the boxes you see in tic-tac-toe, and then you've put numbers in them.
Yes.
And you are trying to get a diagonal, the sum of one diagonal, and then the sum of the other diagonal.
Yes.
So your code should achieve that.
Yes.
Exactly.
And then
Okay.
it says note. The answer you get, there should be an absolute value.
Okay, what does that mean?
So in maths, when we're doing vectors, mechanical vectors, whenever we talk about an absolute value, it means if the number is in the negative,
Okay.
it should be in the word positive.
Positive. Okay.
So regardless the
All
output,
right.
it should be a positive number.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
signed. The number shouldn't be signed.
Okay.
So in as much as they are trying to go about it, even when they get the answer, they have to make sure that the answer is in the positive.
So I'm seeing an if function, right? If function.
I mean,
Or is it if negative then make positive or?
I think
you guys are the professionals here, man.
if that one will come in if they want to calculate it themselves.
Okay. Oh, so there's a system generated.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
In most languages, they have functions.
A function that you can just inbuilt functions.
Exactly.
Okay.
But if like you want to do it yourself, if you want to.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If you want to do it, sure, why not?
All right. You give extra marks.
I mean, the system will grade you,
but you can still add extra marks. Okay. In what scenario, ladies, heads up, you have about 4 minutes left, so you should be at least halfway through your task. In fact, let's look at the programming languages that are being used. Do you think, based on the languages that they are using, there will be different approaches to the problem?
Well, if you're talking about languages, then the difference would be how they the difference would be and the other one their syntax.
Okay.
But for the procedure or the algorithm,
it's practically the same.
It's practically the same.
Okay.
But
right.
How to write their code will be different based on their language.
Fish, let me come back to you. In what real-life scenarios is something like this going to be used?
Okay, matrix is used in a lot of areas. One is encryption. When it comes to encryption, matrices is applied over there. And then also areas like game development. Yes, vectors, for instance. That is if, I don't know if anybody is writing C or C++.
Okay.
Whenever you are doing vectors and then you happen to do game development, C#, you come across all these things. And then I also realized that there are some games that we play now, let's say those word games where you have to match, match numbers.
Yeah.
Yes, there are some games, the underlying algorithms, there are matrices behind them. So it cuts across, it's used extensively.
Yeah, I mean, even if you talk about, I'm just with normal, let's say your phone. I take I use a phone to take so more or less like a picture.
Okay.
Yes.
All the pixels in that picture is in the matrix form.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if let's say I take a picture and it's like or let's say the dimension of a picture is 200 by 200.
Yeah.
That's basically like this one. The matrix. So it is used in practically everything. Just that if you're not into
so
it,
do the zeros and ones present the zeros and ones? Are they in like matrix form? I don't, because every time you see zeros and ones, it's always a matrix.
I mean those ones. If you're talking about the zeros and ones, that's the binary.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the computer understands. The lowest level of computing. Okay. But in matrices, let's say you've taken a picture. In that picture, there are some parts which is green, red, blue.
Okay.
So RGB. Based on the color codes, they can structure that, this pixel on this row and this column is red. So make sure that it is showing red. And little by little, when it is combined, it forms a full image.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's used in a lot of things. Honestly, it's used in a lot of things. And when you get into it, you understand how important it is.
I can see you're very excited about
it. Yeah, matrices are really cool.
2D and 3D stuff. Yes.
3D stuff. Yeah. So we see it a lot in gaming.
Yeah, a lot in mathematics.
Fish, when you are faced with a programming problem, I know right now there's a lot of like AI services, AI APIs that you would use. But how? Because I mean, obviously, right now they are solving a problem. I'm sure they'll run into some challenges. Yeah. How would you address that? in a situation like this?
Like handling such a question, or
just any generic development problem, and you've seen an error in your code in the compiler, and you want to address it. What is your approach to breaking it down and solving that problem?
Okay. There are sometimes when you are given a problem. Sometimes we try to write the algorithm down step by step. We try to write how we intend to solve the problem on paper.
Okay.
Yes. Sometimes it's not without I do that. Sometimes.
Okay.
Yes, and then what else?
Sorry, before you proceed, ladies, we have 1 minute. I've actually given you a lot of extra time, but you have 1 minute left. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sorry, Fish, you were stating.
Yeah. I was talking about trying to write down a pseudocode, how you intend to solve the problem.
Okay, so you need to break it down into parts. Okay.
I would like to use a 2x2 matrix as an example before the 3x3. So let's say we have 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And then we have to sum the diagonals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, meaning we are summing 1 and 4 and then 2 and 3. And then we do our subtraction. Now, when the question is given and then the question is specific, whereby it's 2x2 matrix, you can decide to access them by indexes and do your calculation. So when you do that, you just get your answer. But as the matrices grow, you have to then sit down and analyze the sequence.
Okay.
Yes, because for 2x2 matrix, you didn't have to write a lot of things. You can just use the indexes and then do your sum and then minus. But then when they get to 3, remember, you are going to write a lot of code. 4x4, you write a lot of code. So if you're able to get a pattern, how to then get...
just kind of map it out.
Yes, how to... Yeah. If you're able to get a pattern, you can then write a simple algorithm that will go through all the numbers, fetch the diagonal, and then also fetch the diagonal from the right side, and then you do your calculation. So sometimes it's good you just, even though there are tools that are going to help you, if you're able to get all these patterns, how you can, I don't want to use the term because they are working it. I only want to use
it's okay. I think ladies, our time is up. Please stop work.
Before that, we have to submit the code.
Can you, yes.
Else we can't.
Yes, can you kindly submit the code? So our lovely audience, these scores are system generated. What we are here as judges and the presenter is to aid in the process. So they are about to submit the code. Have you successfully submitted it? Belva, do you have any issues with submitting your code?
I've submitted.
You submitted it, okay. So our panelist and course creator, Mr. Stark.
Yeah.
What scores do we have?
So,
drum roll.
Unfortunately, we got a compilation error, and when they submitted their code.
Both of them?
Yeah, both of them.
Okay. So in scenarios like this, what we do is that we go through the code, and then our judges would develop scores for them. Okay. All right. It's very normal in the programming process to get a compilation error. You just be seeing red in your screen. You know, that's part of it. And this is a learning process. So judges, I think with this error, we can now have the code. Displayed. We can start with Joyce. We can have her code displayed on the screen. I believe you'll be able to see it. So Joyce here chose the language C. And as we go through her work, we can see what she's done. She's done here. She's created a variable where she's passing the integer character into it. I think, is that part of the system generated code, or
the function was generated by the system, but you have to write your logic inside the function.
So her work begins from code line 17, if I'm correct, or line 27. Okay, all right. Thank you for the clarification, Joyce. So here she's creating. Is this a function?
Yes, diagonal difference. That's the function which returns an integer.
Okay, maybe Fish. Maybe you can help me describing in describing the work that she's done.
It's a diagonal difference that takes. You see, there is int r hyphen rows, so that is the number of rows, number of columns, and then the array itself.
Okay.
And then were you trying to loop through something?
Something like that.
Yeah, there was no for, and for loops, there is a start, there's a condition, and then you're incrementing, whether you are decreasing or you are increasing.
Okay.
So
that's where we went wrong here. So we can move on to the main.
The main is a system.
It's a system. Okay, so this is basically the crux of her work here.
Yeah.
We can see that she got it up to a point where she couldn't, as you stated, she was supposed to create a loop in order to go through the matrix and carry out the computation.
Yes.
So is this what generated the compilation error?
Yeah, line 27.
Line 27. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Joyce, we'll come back to you. Belva, can we get her work? Can we get the contestant number 2's work on the screen? If you can kindly zoom into your work. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
So she has
what sorry to cut you off. What language are we using here?
C++.
C++. So nobody wants to use Python. There's C and C++. So these are sophisticated developers. Okay. All right.
Okay. So she has assigned the length of the array to an integer.
Okay.
That's cool. Yeah, correct. And then she has initialized also the total sum of the diagonal for the left side to be 0. Also the right side to be 0.
Okay.
And then now she's performing a loop on the array. So the n she has declared there is what she have in the loop. So for I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus.
Okay.
So yes, where she has assigned the sum of the left diagonal to the array of. So that is how we write the matrices in C++. So the name of the array, matrix.
Belva,
So she has an array of a 2x2 matrix. So the I for the rows and the another I for the column. So that's what she have there. And then she also has the right where similar thing, but because it's the right diagonal, you have to, there's a pattern for it. And that's what I wanted to explain initially. So 3x3 matrix, for instance, if you want to sum the right diagonal, you first have to know the total length of the array, which I think she has there. Is that not the I? What do you have in the after the array into bracket I, and then the next?
I minus n minus 1.
I minus n minus 1.
If it's 3, it's close to 0 minus.
Okay, all right. So,
a condition.
Judges, we are to kindly put. Our time is limited here. So, can we? I think we were able to identify on Joyce's work. I think we saw that she forgot to put the loop in there. So for Belva, where are we seeing the error?
So I think we're coming. Okay,
Stack. All right. Yeah.
So with Belva, from line 17 to line 24, she was on point. I could see that, and she knew what she was doing. I mean, and with the loops, she's adding it from the left and with the right.
Okay.
But the only issue, which is a syntax issue. I could see like the idea, she had the idea, but because of her syntax.
Okay, judges, please.
There's one thing we need to. So when it comes to this kind of context, you don't need to run the function. HackerRank will run it for you. Yours is to just write the logic and that's all. So she tried calling the main function again.
Yeah,
which she didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, judges. Thank you very much. So now, can we give our scores? Can we give our scores? Okay. Let's see if Joyce is going to be able to steal it or BELVA is going to even it out.
I'll start from BELVA, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. So she has the sum declared, the left operand, the sum on the left, and then the right also declared. Now she has performed the loop correctly, where she's summing the diagonal and then that of the other one.
Okay.
Just that there is a condition in the. I found an issue with it. It shouldn't be so. It should be the total minus the index
S
minus
N
1.
Minus 1. Yeah.
Yeah, but it sounds like additional mathematics.
Yeah, she's rather doing it the other way around.
this is math. This is pure math.
She has the return ABS, so that's the function, the absolute function. Okay. So this function takes the.
So I'm seeing more structure in her.
Yes,
in her
so
way.
she has the return the ABS function where she's into bracket the total number of the sum from the left and then that of the right.
Yeah. Okay.
If she had not introduced the main and trying to take an input, the code would have run correctly. But because of line 28, 30, 31, and then 33 plus 36, the code failed. Other than that, hers is
all right.
more closer
to Stark, comparing her work to Joyce's work, can we get our scores?
I mean, Fish and I have decided that for this stage, since both of them had a compilation error, we can't use what they submitted, so we have to look at their codes and see the structure. Okay. And from what we've agreed on, we believe BELVA for this challenge, for this stage,
that was a very anxious build-up. Yeah, I was a bit anxious there
because BELVA was following a structure, just that some few syntax errors. Yeah,
all right.
That's what caused the issue.
Okay, all right, ladies, let me come to you. Joyce, what happened there? You had the lead. You were up in the first half. The second half. What was your approach going into the problem, and as you were working on it, where do you think might have gone better and you didn't do as well to give you the second win?
Maybe the anxiety was too high.
Okay.
The tensions are high.
Okay, so, that's fair.
Yeah, so I think that is the cause.
You did okay though. To have the time to prepare and to have the zeal to be here, you did very well. Okay, BELVA, champion of the second round. I see. I'm honestly quite impressed with your code. It's very detailed. As the panelist said, you basically got everything in terms of the structure of your work. You just had a syntax issue. I mean, for someone that's been developing for 3 months, I think we have to commend you, and it should be an example to people out there. You can reach this level of work with just 3 months of work. What was your approach going into the problem? What was the process like for you?
Well, for the past 3 months, I've been learning programming, and I really put my mind in learning it. So I had been solving this type of questions. Okay. Just that since I've been solving this type of questions, there are some questions where you have to use the int main, like you have to input it again, but I was confused, so I rather use that process in this one. I think that was my problem here. That specifically.
Interesting. The ability to be able to look at your previous work and to look at your current work and draw parallels, and you have clearly identified where you went wrong. I think these are the ideals that we want to see in programming. I want to extend my sincere thanks, you ladies, for making it here today. Are there any things you want to say before we sign off? I think you've done very, very well. Yeah. Do you have any messages that you want to send out to young lady programmers out there? I think, BELVA, we can start with you.
Okay, so I'll start by thanking my parents first for always pushing me to study hard and encouraging me. I'll thank my teachers back from high school even to now. I thank my friends and everyone who is who believes in me. And I also use this opportunity to encourage young females who want to go into IT, computer science, technology, anything technology. I'll use this opportunity to encourage them that they can do it. Everything is possible. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Joyce.
Okay, so first of all, I want to give thanks to the Almighty God for how far He has brought each and every one of us.
Amen.
Yes, and then I want to say a big thank you to Hacker Rank and Coded Esports for the opportunity they've given to us. This is my first time doing something like this. Yes, and then I think it is growing my confidence level. Yes.
Well, there we have it, guys. As you can see, something is clearly working properly. It was an even Steven here today. BELVA came for the revenge in the second round. Joyce had the first round. It's 1-1. We don't have enough time. We would have liked to go for the third round to see who is the champion. But ladies, you did very, very well. And thank you so much for making it here today. It takes a lot of guts to be out here today. Well done. And we are happy that we've been able to build your confidence. Thank you very much for Fish and Stark, our judges, who were also geeking out about the problems. It's been another section of the Coded Women's League. We've had BLUECREST University College being represented by Joyce, and then Wisconsin University College being represented by BELVA, and it's an even Steven. We'll see what's going to happen in the next round where they meet again. Which university has better programmers? That's what we're trying to find out. We're not trying to be nice. We're trying to see who the champion is. Thank you very much. Another section of the Coded Women's League. It's been a wrap.